it's really important that you all are able to laugh for my talk. So let's just practice. Just a silly belly, just let it all out, laugh. I know you're eating. You can do this. Okay, good. Okay. Thank you, Heather, and the CSC team in the City of Bloomington for hosting us this afternoon. Thank you to BJ's Brewhouse for feeding us. Also important. Thank you to the survivors and the fighters among us here today for doing the hard work and showing up. We are literally doing the work of building community today and building our resilience by being here. Thank you to the caregivers and professionals who don't give up on us even when we're struggling. I'm not here with any grandiose epiphanies today, simply a prayer of gratitude for a few more days on this beautiful earth. Did y'all hear the astronauts' descriptions of the Earth? Did anybody watch that? It was amazing. There was a gentleman who was self-professed not religious who immediately upon landing asked to speak with the chaplain, which I found fascinating. Could watch that all day. So for today, we're gonna focus on gratitude and levity for the next 6 minutes. Gratitude opens me up to more love, joy, and the richness and fullness of life. So I'm Jen Lane. I'm also a Bloomerang, like Heather. Our grandmas settled here while my husband and I were running all over the world with the U.S. Army. And when we were done, and I medically retired from the Army in 2022 after a near fatal injury on deployment, we came home to be with family. So here we are. My husband and I are kind of still transitioning into the civilian world and what that means and swapping roles. So when I was on active duty, my husband was a stay-at-home dad. He called himself a SAD. And when he went to now being a local chef. So he's the executive chef for the IU Health Hospital System here in town. So big change. And then I went from working in law and politics and chaplaincy and all kinds of other professional roles to being the hardest job and the most rewarding job and the most challenging job I've ever had, a stay-at-home mom. That has been, very interesting. So needless to say, my husband encouraged me to try lots of hobbies the last 3 years, and so that's been everything from ballroom dancing at World of Dance to I did some food writing for the Herald Times. I've been working on publishing 2 books from my time in the military, stand-up comedy, and then lastly, I'm in this documentary film class right now, and I'm actually making a short documentary film about how comedy helped me get through cancer. Anyone exhausted? I find it all very exhilarating, but. So, after my diagnosis last May 2025, I went to the Mayo Clinic. Probably a lot of you have heard of it. It's one of the best hospitals in the world, and I got a good chunk of my care there, and then some of my care here at IU also. So it was great, but I definitely got a feeling there like my cancer was a little too basic for them. They're kind of bougie, right? And so I felt like they were like, oh yeah, stage 1, yeah. We usually do more interesting work here, but we'll try to fit you in between Judge Judy and the Nobel Peace Prize winners and the bionic boob reconstruction case. That's how it felt. I met with 5 doctors in 4 hours, and that was just the first day. And I felt like I'd been through less vetting getting my top secret security clearance for the military. This is how I felt, really. At one point I was like, is this a job interview or a consult? Like, what are we doing here? So they had really, really high-tech imaging. It was pretty amazing. I got proton radiation. Felt like it was almost good enough to airbrush my photos for Instagram, you know? Everyone there was unbelievably professional. Like, I literally was like, are they gonna give my body part like its own LinkedIn profile? Like, that's how, that's how it felt. It was the kind of hospital where wearing my Target bra with a broken underwire felt like pure bravery, okay? Jokes aside, Mayo takes holistic care very seriously, and thank God, so does the cancer support community of Central Indiana. When I was first diagnosed, and in absolute shock, I came down the hill from my biopsy to the CSC. I met with the team, got the colorful brochure, and immediately made 2 appointments for 2 free house cleanings, a massage, and counseling. They were so nice at the CSC that it was unnerving. I literally felt like they were adopting me or something. It was refreshing to be in a place where people believed me right away. I almost didn't know what to do, because as a woman veteran, in order to prove any kind of illness, you have to have like a PowerPoint and like a polygraph. It's pretty intense. No one lied and told me that my biopsy felt like a pinch at CSC. They believed me when I said I almost punched the pathologist. They sat with me in the discomfort and the questions and the fear. My Aunt Christina, an IU oncology nurse, they also felt like family when I needed them most, and I will be forever grateful. After Mayo Clinic gave me multiple ways to decrease my chance of recurrence by 30 to 50%, including tamoxifen, meditation and yoga, Reiki and massage, and lots of other holistic modalities. All of these were actually offered also at the cancer support community. Not a coincidence, I'm sure. I was able to get everything I needed due to the thoroughness of CSC and my IU nurse navigator, Becky, who helped me. The very specific oncology massage, lymphatic drainage, oncology physical therapy that they referred me to at CSC here in Little Bloomington was more comprehensive, and I'll stand by this, than what I got the same offerings at Mayo Clinic, because I got both. I got the physical therapy there and here, and the offerings I got here were extremely helpful, comprehensive, and really, really changed my health journey. I will end as I began, with gratitude. Thank you, Team CSC, for drawing stars around my scars. If you know, you know. Thank you for the creative and comprehensive professional support that you have offered me and my family. Thank you for building something amazing and healing in Central Indiana, because I've heard stories about where you started. Thank you for building something that has moved treatment towards healing. And as a survivor, you have moved my healing towards thriving, and my family and I are forever grateful. For me, cancer requires a lot of prayer, and fellow breast cancer survivor and poet Audre Lorde reminds us that thank you is the best prayer.
Thank you so much, Jen, for sharing your journey and your